let's say you have $2,000 saved up, but you have $5,000 in debt. Should you use that savings to cover that debt or cover some of that debt, or should you build you some cushion first and then cover the debt? Like, that's what we're gonna be talking about in today's video, because I've heard people say use the $2,000 in your savings to cover the debt, some of the debt. So I mean, you bringing some down. Or some people say just build you some cushion first, get your emergency fund first, then start hitting the debt. Because truth is, like, what if you pay that you pay $2,000 on your towards the debt, and you leaving your savings at zero? Mind you probably still getting money. You gonna still have money coming in some way somehow. But it's like, what if life happens tomorrow? Like you get a flat tire or something, your tire $400, and you just cleared out your whole savings. Guess what you gonna do? Go right back to that credit card, and now you back to square one. So in today's video, we're gonna be talking about, should you pay off your debt or should you save first? Which one? So if you haven't already, man, go ahead and hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. So first I want to talk about is what I was basically just saying, like, should you or should you not empty your savings for your debt? Me personally, cause I'm gonna talk from experience. So I've done it before. When I think I told y'all I was in like $25,000 worth of credit card debt, right? So boom, I wouldn't even say empty my savings, but I put like largest amount of cash into it to pay it back down, because I didn't want that debt on my credit profile, or I was just tired of. And then when you have debt, it's like, man, that shit kind of sickening and aggravating. It's like, damn, I owe somebody. So I was trying my hardest to get it back down. So what I was doing was making large amounts, and then next thing you know, life will happen. Boom, now I gotta swipe the card again. And it's just like the same cycle and cycle and cycle. So me personally, I would not empty my whole savings to even cover the debt, because some debt is not even meant to be like rushed or urgent to take care of. You know, like let's use the $2,000 savings example and the $5,000 debt example. All right, you got $2,000 in your savings, and I would probably put like 500 towards it, 1,000, and then when I get paid, it's like you keep paying little by little, because them little ones gonna stack up and it's making it easier on you. But if you like spend that whole 2,000, spend your whole savings, something could pop up the very next day and you got to swipe the card again. So it really just like don't make sense to even, you feel me, like waste your savings on something like that. So what I would do is I would build me a safety net first. Either that's $1,000, $2,000, something like that. Build me a safety net. That's basically like a bridge between your income, the debt, and your savings. You feel me? So you're gonna build a bridge. Well, the debt is on this side, and the income or the savings is on this side, but this is your cushion. So it's gonna meet you in the middle. That way you'll be able to have some room to like, but don't touch the savings and putting it towards the debt, because I just told you what you basically doing. Also, like, let's say, matter of fact, that's for the people that got like little in their savings. But what if you have enough in your savings? What if you got $10,000 in your savings account, maybe $15,000, and your debt is $5,000? Yes, you can pay it. You can really go ahead and get it out of the way, because you will still have, depending on your expenses and stuff, you still got cushion to like pay your bills. That may be 3 to 6 months worth of expenses saved up, so you can really just go ahead and pay it. That's what I probably would do if it was something like that. If I had extra money in my savings, or a lot of money in my savings, enough money in my savings to where I could still pay my bills and still be able to handle emergency if emergency come up. That's the whole purpose of saving. So I would probably save my money first, then go ahead and start and start. I don't know why I can't get my words together, and then start paying towards the debt. Because sometimes, like I told you earlier, that debt is not very important to cover. Don't get me wrong. It's important to cover the debt, because especially if you want things, if it's holding up your credit score, such and such interest rates, you want to go ahead and get that stuff out the way, because people like the banks and stuff, they look at that. They look at that, and you don't want to make your debt like very expensive. So that's why you need to go ahead and just cut it off, because it's gonna be a hard time paying it back. It is, and I'm talking about bad debt here. It's gonna be a hard time paying that debt back. Believe it or not, you may think, all right, I'm gonna just pay it. You may come up with a plan with yourself, telling, all right, I'm gonna just pay it down as I'm going. But the whole time, shit gonna just you about to pay it down. Something happen. Now that money going, instead of going into that debt, it's going somewhere else, because you probably don't got enough money in your savings, or if you do, that's because you did the right thing. It saves you some money first. That's why it's important to save the money, because the money is gonna save you in the end. So save the money first, then you're gonna attack the debt. Because, like I said, if you're saving the money, you don't have to worry about no life shit happening. You can go touch your money. You can go touch the savings. That's what it's for. Build an emergency fund, rather. That's what I'm trying to say. You know. So that's what I would do if I was in a situation to where I'm trying to figure out if I need to pay my debt, or use my savings first, or pay my debt first. But some people may be like, what if I don't have any savings? What if I don't have? Build the savings. Build the savings. Go ahead and just build the savings. How much should I start with? $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, somewhere in that range. It's gonna take me a long time to do it. Just start it and be consistent. Because, like I said, some debt, all debt don't need the same urgency. It don't. Trust me. It can hold off. You can make the minimum payments on there, and then you can start attacking it down once you get your savings right. Simple. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. It's another happy Monday, man. We made it to another week. Let's get this week. This week, man, we should hit 100 subs. We should hit our goal. And I wonder how y'all doing in that on that 6-month run. Let me know. Drop it down below in the comment section.